Good evening, I'm Heather Armstrong. Well, corn is not just a side dish, it's a way of life to many people in the Coulee region, but recent struggles have made the farming trade difficult. News 19's Colton Emsweiler has more on how this time of year plays a role in causing some of those problems.
Global conflict, the pandemic, and so much more have impacted so much of Wisconsin's corn production. And while the market on corn is relatively stable, about 2 months ahead of harvest season, experts and farmers alike say that the inflation surge, which struck right at the planting stage of the calendar, is amongst the biggest issues producers are facing in 2022.
It is probably a lot of those high input costs, as we saw with fertilizer prices this past spring. And if things continue the way they are in the world, we might still continue to see those input costs rising, and so then they have to figure out, well, how much can I produce in order to offset a lot of those input costs.
What we spend on putting our crop in, we are not guaranteed the price of corn. We have the option or the ability to forward contract or lock in some prices ahead of time if we see a price that we feel comfortable receiving. Just because the price of inputs goes up doesn't mean that we're going to get paid a higher amount because of what we spend on putting our crop in.
So in short, while the price of corn may go up like every other product, that doesn't exactly mean more profits for farmers once fields like this one are harvested. But all in all, the outlook for corn in 2022 is looking positive, as factors such as this beautiful weather has been opportunistic with just the right amount of precipitation to keep crops healthy. Reporting outside of La Crosse, I'm Colton Emsweiler, WXOW News 19.
And much like farmers can lock in the price of corn, Davis says they can do the same with fuel for their equipment, with markets shifting constantly. Farming, though, is as much a guessing game as ever before.